Good morning. Hi, I'm Kristin Omdahl, 556, and if you're joining me live, please say hello. I am watching the sunrise over the buildings and the trees in the east, and this is the beautiful Gulf of Mexico behind me. We'll wait a few seconds for people to start popping over from pre-chat notifications. I know it's not always instant from the second I push live till people start joining me. Hi, Pamela. Good morning. Happy Monday. Happy Monday to everybody. I hope you had a nice weekend. Hopefully you had some time to be crafty and creative. Hi, Grace. Good morning. Happy Monday, everyone. Hi, Lily. Hi, Joe. My eyes are acting a little funny this morning. I worked all weekend, which you all know that's always the case. Hi, Christine and Pamela. Yeah, it looks kind of stormy behind me, a little strange, a little spooky, but pretty nonetheless. The colors are beautiful. The water's nice and calm this morning. The wind is calm. It's a little chilly, but not bad and definitely mild. Hi, Melissa. Hi, Edna. Thanks for joining live. So while I was working all weekend, I watched the Trials of Gabriel Fernandez on Netflix. Hi, Kathy. And I literally cried through the whole thing. Like, I couldn't stop crying the whole time and couldn't turn it off because I really wanted to see that justice prevailed. But wow, was that gut-wrenching, absolutely gut-wrenching to watch. And my eyes haven't recovered, so I may sound a little stuffy and my eyes may look a little dry, and it's just because I cried all weekend. Not because I was for that documentary series that I watched. Yeah, Pamela, just be prepared. It's extremely sad. Thanks, Edna. Yeah, we're going to talk about a couple things this morning. I finished the shawl that we did for the Designing Live episode on Friday, and that pattern and video will be out probably tomorrow. The pattern and chart are done. The video is done. The video is set to premiere tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Just finishing up the editing process on the pattern right now. And so yeah, let me show you the finished shawl. So remember how I talked at length about the vision for the edging. I really wanted it to be an extension of the stitch pattern in the shawl. I didn't want it to look like something totally different, but I still had this vision for having fringe on it too. So I did a combination. I did a couple of rows that kind of just amplified the stitch pattern and made it larger for a scallop, and then added a little bit of fringe within each of the motifs of the stitch pattern. So the fringe actually ends up looking like tassels or flower petals, but definitely an extension of the stitch pattern, and definitely keeping that floral vibe to it. So I'm extremely happy with the way that turned out. So when you get the pattern will include a stitch pattern for this top-down increasing shawl component, and then there'll be a separate chart for the edging. Yeah, like wisteria petals. That's a good description, Christine. Thanks, everybody. I see lots of people commenting and are happy about that. Wonderful. I'm glad you like it too. I'm extremely happy with the way it turned out. Hi, Carrie Mate. And then thought it would also be fun to show you that this is a great size. So it ended up blocking to be 72 inches wide by 36 inches long, which for me is an absolutely wonderful size for a shawl, because there's so many ways you can style something when you have that particular size. So especially once you go in and grab one of your butterfly clips or some other type of an accessory like that, you can turn this into so many different types of wraps. Whether it's like this poncho style, you can clip it off to the side and do an offset look. It also is very easy to make into a cape by clipping it here, and then it's definitely more cape-like, right? You could even, with some of your leftover yarn, you could make long chain ties and lace it up in the front, and then once you lace it up, you could also wear that on the side or in the front. It's also long enough to tie in a number of ways, so you could tie it in, one of the, let me take my cardigan off so you can see it better, I guess. They're kind of getting bunched up together. But yeah, even just over a simple dress like this, what a beautiful accessory to wear over the dress to cover your arms. So you could, if you tie it just in that very traditional, tying a shawl in the front, definitely covers up my arms and upper body. You could also do that particular style offset, but going in with the clip too. And then don't forget, if you wrap this a couple of times, this becomes a wonderful candidate for a cowl. So I wrapped the center. Let me do that slower so you can see what I'm doing. Okay, so we're going to take that triangle and we're going to bunch it up on either side of the triangle to make that longest point shorter. Then wrap it from front to back and then back around to front and kind of zhuzh it up a little bit, right? So we can see more of those colors. And you can see that we immediately turn this into a completely different type of project. You could even tie it at this point to make it more of a secured cowl. But I mean, look at how beautiful that edging looks along the outside. Just gorgeous. You could also do that from back to front, just wrapping it a couple of times, right? And still tying it. So then that's even a secondary cowl look. You don't even have to wear it as a cowl in only one way. So there's several ways to wear it as a shawl, several ways to wear it as a cape or a poncho, and several ways to wear it as a scarf or cowl too. So once you go into a medium to larger size shawl, especially with a yarn that drapes like that, you have just so many different ways of styling it then. And then you bring in other accessories like a butterfly clip. You don't already have these are in my Amazon shop. Or if you wanted to make chain ties like we've done for other types of ponchos in the past, those chain ties really give you so many other options when it comes to draping. Because this is striped, I like to match up the stripes, and that really makes it look beautiful too. So there, now I have my butterfly clip on. I could even do this off the side a little bit. I think that's my favorite way to wear it tied. And then you've got all those beautiful stripes to see. How many balls of yarn? It was 1 ball each of the first 4 colors and 2 balls of the 5th color. So it was 1 ball of Prince, 1 ball of Periwinkle, 1 ball of Orchid, 1 ball of Violet, and 2 balls of Eggplant. So 6 balls total for a 5 color stripe. And like I said earlier, the video will release tomorrow morning as a premiere, same time as the podcast, 9 a.m. Here on my YouTube channel. And it is going to be a free pattern with charts on my website, and there will be an ad-free PDF for sale that is $1.99. And the total cost of the yarn, 6 balls at $3.99, is just under $24 for the yarn. So really a fantastic deal for making such a beautiful finished piece. It doesn't take long to make, as you obviously saw. So it'd be great for gifts or great for yourself. You could combine so many different colors too. We have 28 colors to choose from. And I even showed several of different color combinations at the beginning of the first video, the designing live video. So you can see that you could make this in so many different ways. So you could do it all in one color of yarn. You could do it in a different yarn. You could do it in Be So Fine, or Be So Fine Bling, Be So Sporty, Be So Sporty Bling. You could make it dressier that way. All sorts of ways to mix it up. But as you saw, the pattern's not very difficult to do, and you'll be able to see the pattern in the charts later today or tomorrow, and you'll see the tutorial video tomorrow. The tutorial video is a little lengthy, it's around 30 minutes, but it goes over how to do those increasing within the pattern, and then also how to do the edging too. So question, but I didn't read it. I couldn't read it while I was talking, so if you want to repeat it, great. If I don't get to your questions, you know the drill. Please feel welcome to leave your questions in the recorded version of the podcast. because they stay static and I get notified of those comments throughout the day, and I reply to all of them too. Before I move on to the next thing I want to talk about, I will wait a minute to read some comments and maybe answer some questions. Yay, live! I love being live. So fun. If I have the color swatch board on my website. Oh, you know what? I'll take a photo of it and pop it into that blog post of the blog post that I wrote about the Designing Live. I'll pop in a photo of that. That's a good idea. Maybe even talk about it on the free pattern page. That's great, Christine. I'm glad you enjoyed it. There's lots of other things that I think we can do with that format. I don't know if they necessarily have to go 5 hours, but definitely would like to do some demystifying of different design processes live. So I think that that'll be fun. I think, and just showing you more behind the scenes of how something really comes into being, I think would be interesting. Look at all that edging. I lifted my arms up and I got dazzled by all that edging. It really is so pretty though. Look at, I mean, when I move, just by little movements of my arms, isn't that just gorgeous? I'm so in love with this shawl, so pretty. For so many reasons. I love the stitch pattern, I absolutely love the edging, and I love the color combination too. Thanks, Lisa. Thanks, Jill. Thanks, Thea. Glad you all are happy. Okay, so that brings me to my next thing I wanted to talk about. If you're already on my mailing list, you got an email from me yesterday. Then, can I put the butterfly clip all the way up on my shoulder so you can see? So you can see how it drapes in the front. I'm just going to go with literally what you just said. You mean like that? See how long it goes in the front, maybe is what you mean? I'm not sure. I do love wearing a clip on my shoulder where one arm is out and one arm is in. I've always liked that look too. Ah, that is what you were wanting to see. Perfect. And I'll turn all the way around so you can see how that looks from front to back. From front to back to front. It'll be so exciting to see everybody else's projects when you start making them too. It's going to be really fun. Can't wait to see the different colors people choose. It's going to be a lot of fun. Anyway, that brings me to my next thing I wanted to talk about, and that is the email that I sent out yesterday. So if you're already on my mailing list, you got the email yesterday. If not, I'll tell you about it. 2 things. First of all, the Rendezvous Knit Lay Shawl video premiered Saturday morning, so since the last time we've spoken. So hopefully you've gotten a chance to watch that video and see that knit lay shawl is super, super easy to make. And I think that one only takes 4 questions about that. Let me know. It's super easy to make and it makes a beautiful shawl, and also as well, which I showed in some of the photos. And then the second part of that email that I sent out yesterday was about having a $1.99 bag sale on my website. Oh, Joe, that was a question you asked at the end of the premiere. There is a link in that video for the Rendezvous Knit Lay Shawl. There is a link to a playlist I have of knitting stitch library. We've talked a lot about my crochet stitch library playlist, but I also have a knit one, and it is linked in that video. And if you go to that playlist, or if you search it on my YouTube channel, I have a video specifically for lots of different knitting stitches, including SSK. So Joe was just saying she has trouble with the SSK. I have a specific video for how to do that slip knit, a specific video for knit 2 together, specific video for, all sorts of different stitches. So premiere on Saturday morning, and the premiere ended as I was trying to write that in a live comment. So I'm glad you asked it again this morning, and if anyone has trouble finding that playlist, let me know, and I'll try to make it more clear, but Oh, Edna's, okay, well, yeah, just keep trying, Edna. Okay, so back to the $1.99 bag sale. I wanted to show you some of the things that are on sale for $1.99 this week. So these are things that are normally priced $4.99, $5.99, things like that, and they're all marked to $1.99 on sale this week. One of them is this fabulous laundry bag. It's a giant laundry bag that is mesh and has a big zipper on it. And so this, you could put anything you want to put in the washing machine in here. So if you wanted to put a blanket, a couple of sweaters, you know what else is great is separating out different people's small items in one load. So let's say you wanted to put all of your socks and lingerie in one and put all of your husband's in another, or each of your kids have a separate one for them, and then you don't mix up your socks and your small pieces. So it is really great to organize your laundry with these as well, but it is also great for protecting delicate items and handmade items when you throw them in the washing machine. So these are normally $5.99, I think, $4.99, and they're on sale for $1.99 this week. So you could stock up to get a few for yourself. They make great gifts with a bottle of Wrapture and a finished handmade item so that you can give someone the ability to have successful laundering experiences with their handmade items that you're gifting them. So laundry bags are great to stock up on, and $1.99 is a great price for that size. And then the metallic tote bag is also on sale for $1.99. This is a flat bottom tote bag with a snap and handles that you can throw over your shoulder. Great to put your yarn or your projects in and your pattern to leave the house, and a little bit of bling, which is just fun. And those are on sale for only $1.99. That would be great to give as a gift bag. They'd be really beautiful gift bags as well. And then our bag tags are on sale. So when you order a bag tag, you get this hard plastic card that comes with a heart-shaped carabiner and these writable section on the back so that you can mark all of your bags. I don't know about you, but I like to put different projects in different bags, and that way you can see your projects, what's inside, just at a glance from the outside of the bag. So these are on, so you'll get one bag tag and one carabiner for $1.99. You can also get a refill of 5 bag tags, which would be just 5 of the writable cards. You can get 5 of those for $1.99. And then I also sell a bunch of really fun charms. Some of them are mermaid tails, some of them are knitting needles, crochet hooks, different little sheep that when you pinch them they go ba. There's 3 different colors of those, and then there's a little hank of yarn. So lots of cute little charms. They're fun for putting on keychains or on bag tags, and those are all $1.99 as well. Carrie ordered some bags yesterday. Wonderful. Yeah, it's a wonderful sale. It's great savings, and like I said, you can stock up on lots of these items to just hang on to them for giving as accessories with other gifts, whether it's for holidays or just having them on hand for when you give someone a surprise gift or a spontaneous gift. It's something to go along with it, or especially when you're making handmade gifts, it's really great to have these types of accessories to go along with those handmade gifts. Or like with the bag tags and the charms, they also are great for when you're giving yarn as a gift too. Does anybody have any questions about any of those items? I don't think I'm out of the crochet hook keychains or the charms. I don't think so, but I can't check inventory while I'm live at the beach. I'm sorry. If you want to send me an email about it, I would be more than happy to help you. Lois says the shawl's beautiful. Thank you. Someone's looking for 52 crochet gifts. Yes, I am temporarily sold out of book on my website, but you can order it on Amazon all over the world. No matter where you live, you can order 52 crochet gifts at Amazon, and it ships, which is 1 or 2 days, depending on where you live. So the book is still available, just not available on my website right now. Pamela, I don't know. I can't check orders when I'm at the beach. I'm sorry. I wish I could, but if you have questions about your order, please feel welcome to email me. Hi, Sin. Thanks for joining live. What was the yarn used for this shawl? Be So Baby yarn. Colorways Prince, Periwinkle, Orchid, Violet, and Eggplant. 1 ball, 1 ball, 1 ball, 1 ball, and 2 balls. So for a total of 6 balls of yarn. And the pattern will be out later today or tomorrow with all of that information included, and the tutorial video will be premiering here on my YouTube channel tomorrow morning at 9 a.m. Someone's here for the first time. Wonderful. I didn't catch your name though, but I'm glad you're joining us live. I'm wondering if that big storm cloud is coming towards us or moving away from us. I can't tell. It is weird though. Patricia just ordered Be So Fine yarn and loves it. Wonderful. I'm so glad. It's beautiful yarn. So silky and drapey. I'm guessing Christine means, do I wind the balls as they are ordered? Yes, I do, Christine. I wind every order. Let's see, what else do I have in my bag this morning? Oh, the Prince is the color of the sky behind me. Yeah, let's lift it up. Wouldn't that be fun? Christine, if you have specific questions about your order, you are more than welcome to email me about it. Unless I can't really help you with requests on yarn orders or existing orders during the live stream, but if you're welcome to email me with anything like that. I'd be happy to help you. Yeah, there's Prince against the sky, very close. Maybe a little bit darker, but definitely close. Kimberly, I unraveled the 2 rows of edging that I did on the live stream during that 5-hour live stream event, and truly just had to, I did 2 more rows of the stitch. We ended the live stream at, what was it, at the 5-hour mark of crocheting. So it was definitely 5.5 hours. It was somewhere in the 5.5 hour range for making the entire shawl. But keep in mind, I am extremely fast because I get so much practice. I am not going to guarantee that it takes 5 hours to make it, but you can see that it is definitely a relatively quick shawl to make. It ended up being only 38 rows, if that gives you an idea. But it's with a DK weight yarn and an I9 or 5.5 millimeter crochet hook, so it is the type of project that does move really quickly. The bugs are out this morning. Yes, Kimberly, that included all the talking and stopping to explain. That was, yeah, exactly. If I was just crocheting, it would have probably gone a lot quicker. That is a good point. Thanks, Lisa. I think it turned out great, too. I'm very happy with how it turned out.
Hi, Mom.
Hi, Christina. Thanks for joining live. Happy Monday, everybody, including people that I have missed your names. I'm sorry about that. Kind of hard sometimes while I'm talking, but I do my best. Ooh. Some kind of no-see-ums down here. Thanks, Anna. It turned out great. I'll stand up again because I know some people are just starting to join now, aren't here from the beginning. You can see I finished the edging off camera, and the pattern will be out later today or tomorrow, and the video tutorial will be out tomorrow morning as well. It's going to premiere here on my YouTube channel at 9 a.m. so you can join me live and ask any questions that you might have about making it. But the video is going to go over how to get started, how to do the increases to create that top-down shape, and then at the end of the video we'll go over how to make this beautiful edging that I think really fits the shawl so well. It really just looks like an extension of the stitch pattern and amplifying that floral motif. I am very happy with how it turned out. And if you watch the live, you'll remember that I wanted it to look floral, be scalloped, and I wanted some fringe. So I was able to incorporate all of those elements right there into the edging. And it's done in 2 rows. It's really quick to just pop it on at the end, no matter how big you make your shawl. So let's say you do a different yarn, or you do a different gauge, or any of those other variations, or if you end up working this in rows and not in even rows and do it for a scarf or a rectangular wrap or a throw, this edging could be done on any of those. There is no shaping in the edging row, so you could apply it to the working even in rows stitch pattern as well. Once you make it from my patterns, you're welcome to email me on a specific basis for each pattern, but generally speaking, as long as somebody is just making one or a couple of items of something, I ask that I'm just given permission as the designer. What I'm looking to not have done is a large company mass producing the pattern and not giving me designer credit. So anybody that wants to ask me individually when they get a pattern, may I make things from this, just ask me specifically, separate from the live stream here, so that there's some sort of email documentation of it. But for the most part, I do give people, I think I always give people permission when they ask me. I just ask that permission is asked first. That's it. It's pretty easy. So you can find my contact information just about everywhere. So really easy to email me to get that permission. And then I'll explain what I ask. Barbara enjoyed the knitting demo on Saturday. Good. So there was something that you needed to see that helped you. Wonderful. That's great. Sometimes you don't even know what you need to know until you learn it, right? So I'm glad that whatever you needed to see was in that video. That's wonderful. It's nice to have choices. It's nice to be able to choose knitting or crochet whenever you feel like it. It's nice to not feel limited. So I'm happy for you. Kimberly, I'm glad you think that I'm accommodating. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Try to be. I definitely try to be. Oh, it reminds me, I woke up this morning singing the theme song from Good Times. Does anybody remember that TV show from the 70s? I woke up singing, "Ain't we lucky we got 'em, good times." So that one catchphrase from the show is what I was singing on a loop over and over in my head. So on my way to the beach this morning, I went on Shopify, or not Shopify, what's the name of the music app that I use? It sounds kind of like that. Spotify, that's what it is. So I went on Spotify and I looked up Good Times TV show. Thanks, Kimberly. And I found the song, and so I listened to it all back to my car. What a great mantra to start the day with, because it talks about, yeah, some things can be going bad and maybe you have problems with this, but we have good times, and aren't we lucky that we have good times too? And I just thought it seemed like such an incredible mantra to listen to this morning, and it's very upbeat and lively. And so if you follow me on Instagram, I shared the song in my Instagram story this morning. If I could always share a link to a version of the song on my YouTube posts as well, and I might do that when this is done. Is there a way to convert a knit pattern to a crochet pattern? That's a great question, Christina. I think not identically, no. They are truly two different crafts, and they go about using yarn in two completely different ways. Having said that, though, are there ways to pay homage to a knit design in crochet or vice versa? Absolutely. Could you create a motif that had some center clusters surrounded by some open spaces in knitting? Sure. Is it going to look identical or feel identical? Absolutely not. Knitting and crochet don't feel the same because they are not made the same. And so the texture of the fabric is different to begin with. And the way that you make the stitches is different. What was that? I thought I heard a dolphin blowhole. I guess I was wrong. Hope wishful thinking. We haven't seen a dolphin in a while. Wouldn't that be fun? That would be fun. So anyway, having said all that, are there ways to replicate it and make it look similar? Sure, sometimes. All the time? No. Sometimes? Yes. Often? Yes. But it isn't ever going to be identical. Does that make sense? There are ways to make things very similar though. Definitely. I get asked that question a lot, and yeah, there's ways to make things similarly, but never identical. Like even for example, when you do the Tunisian knit stitch, it will even look like knit stockinette, but it is Tunisian by definition, by nature, is just a much more dense fabric. So even if it looks the same, as soon as you touch it, it does not feel the same either. Is that a person? Ah, it was a person. Dang it. I thought for sure that was going to be a dolphin. All right, well, I only brought one notebook with me this morning. I have volume 1, issue 6 of the Create, Share, Inspire notebook. So I will randomly pick a quote real quick here. Alexander Graham Bell. The only difference between success and failure is the ability to take action. This is wonderful. I love this. I always, and especially on Monday, or working hard quotes or hustling quotes, they're always good ones for first thing Monday morning, because, you know, putting in a little extra elbow grease or hustling a little more can always make a situation a little bit better. Even if you can't fix the whole thing, you can definitely make things a little better just by putting a little more hustle in. So that's how I take this one anyways. So thank you, Alexander Graham Bell. The only difference between success and failure is the ability to take action. Yes, once you have said that it is a failure, you have stopped trying, right? As long as you don't stop trying, it cannot technically be a failure yet. I love that. Thank you all so much for taking time out of your busy day to spend a few minutes here with me. I hope you enjoyed the sunrise, the beautiful scenery. This shawl will be premiering tomorrow morning, same time here on my YouTube channel, 9 a.m. So you can join me live to watch the tutorial video together. And the free pattern with charts and ad-free PDF pattern will both be on my website later today. And if you have questions, you know what to do. Always feel welcome to leave them for me in the comments. Let us make time to create, share, and inspire today and every day. I'll see you soon. Bye.